Kamala Harris just slammed Donald Trump for spreading lies about Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, that has ultimately led to children being evacuated from their schools. If you completely agree with Kamala Harris here, smash that thumbs up button and share this video.
It's a crying shame. I mean, my heart breaks for this community. You know, there were children, elementary school children, who it was school photo day. You remember what that's like? Going to school on picture day? Who were dressed up in their best, got all ready, knew what they were going to wear the night before, and had to be evacuated. Children. A whole community put in fear. And I'll say a couple things about it. One, you know, I learned a long time ago in my career, having a background as a prosecutor. When you have these positions, when you have that kind of microphone in front of you, you really ought to understand at a very deep level how much your words have meaning. I learned at a very young stage in my career that the meaning of my words could impact whether somebody was free or in prison. As Attorney General, I was of California, fifth largest economy in the world. I was acutely aware that my words could move markets. When you are bestowed with a microphone that is that big, there is a profound responsibility that comes with that. That is an extension of what should not be lost in this moment, this concept of the public trust. To then understand what the public trust means. It means that you have been invested with trust to be responsible in the way you use your words, much less how you conduct yourself. And especially when you have been and then seek to be again President of the United States of America. And so I go back to, it's a crying shame, literally. What's happening to those families, those children in that community, not to mention what is happening in terms of, look, you say you care about law enforcement resources being put into this because of these serious threats that are being issued against a community that is living a productive, good life before this happened. And spewing lies that are grounded in tropes that are age old. And look, I said it not very far from here the other day at the debate. This is not new. This is not new in terms of these tropes. This is not new in terms of where it's coming from. And, you know, whether it is refusing to rent to Black families, whether it is taking out a full-page ad in the New York Times against 5 innocent Black and Latino teenagers, the Central Park 5, calling for their execution, whether it is referring to the first Black president of the United States with a lie, birther lies. And look, the American people deserve, and I do believe want better than this. I do believe that. I know the vast majority of us as Americans know we have so much more in common than what separates us. I know that. I know that regardless of someone's background, their race, their gender, their geographic location, I know that people are deeply troubled by what is happening to that community in Springfield, Ohio. And it's got to stop. And we've got to say that you cannot be entrusted with standing behind the seal of the President of the United States of America engaging in that hateful rhetoric that, as usual, is designed to divide us as a country, is designed to have people pointing fingers at each other. It's designed to do that. And I think most people in our country, regardless of their race, are starting to see through this nonsense and to say, you know what, let's turn the page on this. This is exhausting and it's harmful and it's hateful and grounded in some age-old stuff that we should not have the tolerance for. So let's turn the page and chart a new way forward and say, you can't have that microphone again.
Kamala Harris here showing us that she is indeed a human being, where Donald Trump is this narcissistic sociopath pig who will throw Americans under the bus, the American children, like Kamala talked about there, who had to be evacuated. He'll throw them under the bus if it means furthering his political power. He'll throw Haitian immigrants under the bus if it means furthering his political power. Haitian immigrants who are just here to work, here to make their lives better, here to provide for their families. Kamala Harris reminding us that she is the only presidential candidate in this race with morals. And then she kind of went into her kind of stump speech there because her speeches are so damn important. We've got to turn the page. This is exhausting. She knows the vast majority of Americans understand that we have way more in common, that we're all just struggling to live and get by. Kamala Harris reminding us that she is the next president of the United States. Also, want to point out Kamala pointing out the history of Trump racism, and she just pointed out a few things: his refusal to rent to Black Americans when he had the buildings up in New York City that he was renting, the Central Park Five, who he took out a full page ad calling for their execution, the birther lies about Barack Obama, which ultimately helped him win the election. I mean, that's really the pathetic thing about 2016, is that his racism rewarded him and got him into the presidency. And so, of course, Donald Trump, the loser, Donald Trump, the small man, is just going to continue to use that racism to try to win this year. But Kamala Harris here reminding us that she is the only presidential candidate that we can afford as a nation to be running this country in 2025, because Donald Trump will do his damnness to try to tear us apart. Let me know what your thoughts are on Kamala Harris's response to Springfield, Ohio, and Donald Trump's Haitian immigrant lie about them eating cats and dogs. Be sure to share your reflections in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe so that you get any future videos about the election and politics in your inbox. And if you really want to help the channel, hit that join button to become a member of Reflect. My name is Brendan Plank with Reflect here on YouTube. See you in the next video.